doing it for the culture.
A1 Live coming to you. Tune in.
Get in the action.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now. Twitter, Facebook,
everything.
Yeah.
Tune in to everything.
Get in the action.
Action 1. Hey, yo, it's Wednesday. A1 Live. Catch us on weareA1.com.
You got it? I'm gonna jump in there too.
Hey, Action Squad in the building. That boy J Norm.
That's your boy.
We are A1.com. Y'all tune in right now. 8 o'clock every Wednesday night. It's going down on A1 Live. Your girl J Nicole, your boy Atumra. We got the entire Action Squad in the building. So y'all go ahead and tune in, comment, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your granny, tell your uncle, everybody.
And bring me some tacos.
And get in the action.
If you want to be an artist, you know what I'm saying?
Rise up and unite. Woo! Rise up.
Get in the action.
Everybody say, get in the action.
Get in the action.
What are you dabbing on them? Okay.
Yo, we in here dabbing on the real. Y'all stay tuned, more to come. Action 1 Media Group. Time to get into action, man. For real.
In your face. A1 Live coming to you. Tune in.
Get in the action.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now. Twitter, Facebook,
Everything.
Yeah.
Tune in to everything.
Get in the action.
Action 1.
Action 1. Independent thinkers working together, inspiring action in media. Get in the action.
For all media companies, for podcasts and indie stations, for artists, for young professionals, for science and technology, for all media companies.
Join today. Get in the action at We Are A1.
A1 Live coming to you. Tune in.
Preach the word, Trilly.
Tiny GB.
Acting bad on them, run up the bag on them, press that gas on them, hit the dash on them. Y'all trying to get the money, y'all ain't gon' stop me. I'm trying to get the money, y'all ain't gon' knock me. Acting bad on them, run up the bag on them, press the gas on them, hit the dash on them. I'm trying to get the money, y'all ain't gon' stop me. I'm trying to get the money, y'all ain't gon' knock me. See y'all done messed up, put some respect on my name. See why they mad at me? I'm trying to make a little change. This for all my workers, working for minimum wage. I can't be nice to them. Y'all gotta feel my rage. How you gonna count me out? I got hit after hit, showing that fake love. They been thinking they slick. I be Uber trapping, yeah, my money legit. And my bow tie shining. I don't put ice on my wrist. They be side talking. I be hearing the words. See my parents die. I done been through the words. All these fake rappers, they be getting on my nerves. Southside still holding up. Had to go hard on my verse. Acting bad on them. Run up the bag on them. Press that gas on them. Hit the dash on them. Y'all trying to get the money. Y'all ain't gon' stop me. I'm trying to get the money. Y'all ain't gon' knock me. Acting bad on them. Run up the bag on them. Press the gas on them. Hit the dash on them. I'm trying to get the money. Y'all ain't gon' stop me. I'm trying to get the money. Y'all ain't gon' knock me. I see them stay on faces. Now that I got your attention. When they talking Texas, I don't even get mentioned. Tired of being normal. I gotta be a little vicious. I gotta make an example. I need a couple to witness. They be talking down. Put them back right in their place. Lying on my name. Please get out of my face. It's that club rocker. Gone.
Action 1. Inspiring action.
Yo.
A1 Live in the place to be. It's your brother Atum Ra, J. Nicole, RJ Axon Jackson in the place to be. Coming to you live from weareA1.com, man. We appreciate y'all checking us out. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure that y'all are going to the website. Y'all are subscribing. And y'all are subscribing to that YouTube. J. Nicole, what's good, baby?
Man, I'm just having a wonderful day.
Hey,
It's
man.
Wednesday. I'm happy to be here at A1 Live with all of you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people.
Look, man, you know what I'm saying? You
know?
come in every week looking like I got a new co-host.
I
You
be,
know what I'm saying?
I just, I have to give the people a little something different every time. Just keep them going.
Hey man, man, you're doing it. Well, hey man, we got another special episode for y'all this week. We got two wonderful individuals that are making strides not only in the community but within their respective professions. We first definitely want to start out the show giving our condolences to everybody affected by the tragedies in Sri Lanka. We heard about over 300 people killed, and what kind of looks like is some religious battles going on. But regardless of people's feelings about politics or religion, everybody that died on the Easter Sunday, they were innocent, and so we definitely want to make sure that we send our condolences to their family. Rolling on, man, a story that came across the wire today and about Uncle Bun, had me worried for a minute, but what I'm saying, I'm glad Uncle Bun is okay.
Yes.
If you didn't hear, man, somebody tried to break into Uncle Bun B's house.
Man, y'all out of line for
Yeah,
that.
man. But Uncle Bun being a true OG that he is, you know what I'm saying? We and grab that hammer.
Yeah. Don't play with him.
Yeah. They try
H-time down.
But yeah, man, we glad that Uncle Bun is all right though. We glad that Uncle Bun is all right. And also, man, in other news, today is actually supposed to be the day, and it's probably going on right now. It's the day that they're executing another individual associated with the James Byrd killing in Jasper. I have my family out there, been out there a few times.
Yeah.
Of course it's not fully justice for, what happened, but, I can't say that I'm sorry that his time is up. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to that, man. So, moving on, man, we got this brother, we actually were introduced by the wonderful Miss E. Shout out to the Bridge
Miss
Light,
E.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, Miss E, what's good? She reached out to us and was like, man, y'all gotta have this brother on. They're doing wonderful things within the community. Today we got brother Juan from CoSAP in the building, man. How you doing today?
Thank you so much for having me here.
Man.
It's a pleasure. It's the first time I've been with you guys, and I check you guys out on your website on Facebook, and I'm telling you, this is something that Houston needs, because you're bringing it real, and you're bringing the message to the demographic that is ignored by everybody else. So that I'm very glad you're having me, and I'm really appreciate it.
Most def. And y'all have a powerful event going on this weekend that we definitely want to get into.
Right.
Because that's definitely necessary. Their organization is really working to deal with this prescription drug problem that we have.
An epidemic. Yes.
It's an epidemic that's going on, and I'm pretty sure you have a lot of experience to talk to that. The next brother I have on, man, he's no stranger to the family.
He's family.
Yeah.
It's the second time. She's family.
He's family. He's family, y'all. Don't listen to that one today, okay?
Most people, but this.
Family,
yeah, man.
I should at least be the distant cousin.
You family.
One and only William Belief. What's up, baby?
What's up, y'all? What's up, Action One family?
Hey, man.
They like the brothers who just don't like each other.
Yeah, man.
That's cool. That's cool. I don't need to like him,
Yeah, man. When you don't have no choice but to be around somebody, you learn to like them, man.
Yeah, you might as well be around somebody great.
Okay.
Well, but like they say, I don't have to like you, but I do love you.
There we go. There we go.
That's the relationship. I like that. That sums it up.
I like his family. You know what I'm saying? That's a real good family, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, just celebrated a B-Day. You know
Yeah, man. 33 now, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
And it was a great voice. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't sing. You'd have broke the mic, man.
Yeah, hey, man, boy, I got bars, man. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? We got special guests in here, man. So, you know, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, embarrass nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. But you know, I definitely want to make sure that I take this time to let anybody know, man. If you're thinking about starting a show, or you're already out there doing podcasting, and you want to be, you know, you see everything that we have going on, you see all the different shows that we have on the platform. Give us a holler, man. We can help you make your dream come to fruition. Maybe you're not somebody that wants to start a show, and you know, you just want advertisement. You want to sponsor one of the shows, hit us up. We are a1.com
/sponsorship, or we are a1.com/membership, or we are a1.com/my podcast. There we go.
Connection plugs.
What about that pop-up, though?
That pop-up is popping up on Saturday, April the 27th at the Lion's Den. Am I right? And that's on Forney Street out here in Houston. You guys come out and support all these wonderful black-owned business, these entrepreneurs that have somebody out there retwisting locks. And then she got the real. So if you want your stuff laid right, go ahead and pop up at the pop-up shop.
And if you want A1 to come to one of your events, how do they do that?
All you got to do is go to the website at weareA1.com/my events or events. There we go.
For sure. Well, we finna roll into this first commercial break. Get into you know what I'm saying, this special track, man, from my boy William Belief, man. You know what I'm saying? Got the kids on there, man. You know what I'm saying? Your brother Atum Ra. We are A1.com. Tune us in, man. Check us out. RJ, carry us out.
Your money where your community is. Get in the action at weareA1.com.
You're tuned into the all-new Action One Network.
Get to class.
Turn up your volume.
Why are you still in the hallway? The bell rang like a minute ago. What are you doing? Where are you going? Where's your class? Who's your teacher? So why aren't you over there? What are you doing?
Doing my homework, doing my math, going to AR, cause that's my class. Doing my homework, doing my math, going to AR, cause that's my class. My name is Brandon Williams. I'm a baller, I got the willpower to be a scholar. Everybody know what I do. I play ball and go to school. My number one rule is to exceed in school. Be the best, better than the rest. Beating on my chest like King Kong, playing ping pong with the future. I can't afford to be a loser.
Doing my math, going to AR, that's my class. Doing my homework, doing my math, going to AR, that's my class. My name is DJ Luck, doing my homework, doing my math, going to AR, that is my class. I'm DJ Luck, I got the power, the will to learn. I love my class. Who will stop me? I'm the future, I'm the power. No one can stop me. I'm on top of with the world. Doing my homework, doing my math. Going to AR, that's my class. Doing my homework, doing my math. Going to AR, that's my class.
Ooh, I see you're in class today. I'm so proud of you. How are you doing? How you doing in math? You got an A in math? Good job. How you doing in AR? Got 100%?
Action 1, inspiring action. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, A1 live in the place to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got the action squad. You know what I'm saying? Got my boy Juan, William Belief in the place to be. So Juan, tell us about CoSAP. Like, what is CoSAP? How you all got started? And what is some of the areas within the community that you all touch?
All right. Well, CoSAP stands for the Coalition of Substance Abuse Prevention. That's an organization that started 5 years ago to work in the Spring Branch area specifically. And the goal of CoSAP is to reduce underage drinking, reduce the use of marijuana, whether it be natural or synthetic, reduce tobacco use, and also reduce the non-medical use of prescription drugs, which is what we're here to promote. We're housed under a huge organization that is called Phoenix House. Phoenix House is one of the largest nonprofit organizations in the country dedicated to drug prevention, education, treatment, and counseling. It actually started about 50 years ago in New York City because of two guys that had been going to rehab for using heroin. And they look at each other one day and they say, hey, we've been here 3 times. And if we're going to go out there and keep doing the same thing, chances are that either we're going to die or we're going to come back here. What do we do different this time? They decided to rent an apartment together so that they can be accountable to each other. So those two became 4, and then 8, then 10. And pretty soon every single person in that apartment building was coming out of that rehab center. So the psychiatrist that was treating these guys in the rehab center created a program for maintenance so that they can be support to each other. Eventually, that program became the standard norm for every penitentiary in the country. And that's how Phoenix House was created. A phoenix out of the ashes, it becomes a new creature.
How long ago was that?
That was about 50 years ago.
50?
50 years ago, 50,
wow.
in New York City. We are now in 12 different states. Here in the state of Texas, we are in Dallas, Austin, Houston, and within about 3 or 4 months, we're going to be in San Antonio. We have rehab centers in Austin and Dallas. In Houston, currently, we only have outsourced patients and counseling. But again, look at Phoenix House as the umbrella. CoSAP, it's underneath that specifically to work within the Spring Branch area. And the reason why we're working with the Spring Branch area is because for a long time, within the last 25 years or so, Spring Branch became, for some strange reason, a place where gangs and violence, it started to grow more so than in the city of Houston. And it became an area where it was known for drugs and it was known for problems. Then they created the Spring Branch Management District that it started putting money into the community, putting money into helping people, and that brought up Spring Branch a lot. But now they still have a little bit of problem with drugs and gangs. And we decided to start working in the community because the population, the minority population in Spring Branch is, I think, if I remember correctly, about 75%. So one of the things that we do, we go to schools, we go to churches, we go to community centers to try to educate people about things that they can do now to prevent their kids from using any drugs in the future or becoming part of a gang. And unfortunately, the biggest problem that we find, whether it be within the Black community or the Hispanic community, is that there's no dad at home. And whether it be for XYZ reasons, either incarceration or abandonment or whatever, we are trying to give the tools necessary to that family so that they can fill in that spiritual and emotional need that these kids have, so that in the future they go from into a transition when they say, no, I'm not going to do that, not because I can't, but because I want. See, funny thing, you go to any teenager, to any kid, and you ask him, hey, you want to do drugs? They're going to say, no, I can't.
Right.
Okay, why not? Well, my mom is going to kill me.
Right.
Number one,
Right,
the
fact.
preacher is going to shame me at church,
Right.
and the principal is going to kick me out of school.
Right.
So what happens when your mama is not there, the preacher's not there, and the principal's not there? Does not mean that you can. So the whole idea is to talk to them, give them life skills so that they say, no, I want. I want because it doesn't align with the plan that I have for my life.
Right.
It doesn't apply for my success plan that I have because it's not good for me. Not because somebody else is telling me not to do it. It's because something that I want. It comes from within. Change comes from within. But we also have to eliminate the accessibility. Because specifically with prescription drugs.
Right, accessibility.
Who
That's
would-
key.
I mean,
That's key.
who would think that this was going to be a problem 35, 45 years ago?
So, so CoSAP is more than just the actual drive that you guys have bringing in, where people are turning in prescription drugs.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit more about that, about the drive that's happening.
Well, the drive is we are sponsoring the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration. Every 6 months, the last weekend in April and the last weekend in October, they decided to loan 2 agents so that those agents can collect medications and destroy it. But we take the place of the marketing. So we find the place where the agents are going to be located. We tell the community that this is going to be available for them. It's a free event. It's from 10 to 2. This particular one is going to be at the Houston Community College in I-10 and the Beltway. And it is no questions asked. People bring the medications that they need to get rid of, either because they're expired, they don't want to use it anymore, or they don't want to have it at home. And they just throw it in the garbage can. What happens with that is, as soon as that box is full, the agents seal it, put it on an 18-wheeler, and drive it to an incinerator. Nobody sees what's in there. Nobody pulls it out. Nobody reads what's in the bottles. Nothing. No questions asked whatsoever. And it started just as a way to say, let's just take it out of the homes. Because this problem began because doctors prescribe this stuff to me.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that
I mean,
whole industry.
You go to the doctor, and the doctor says, hey, here, you're going to take this whenever you feel pain. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Do what the doctor tells you.
Right.
And because the guy has a white suit, and he went to school for 20 years, you're going to listen to
Y'all
him,
gonna
right?
learn. Y'all gonna learn.
The problem is opioids are so good and they work so well in your body. That's the problem, because they do exactly what they're supposed to do. See, imagine this. Imagine you have a stove and you have a gas stove with a pilot on. The pilot is always on. So whenever you need to get that flame on, you hear that click sometimes, and then the flame comes on. Okay, every single time, all right? Same thing happens in your brain. Every time you feel pain, your brain goes, hey, what's going on, you know? Well, what happens to the stove if you come and you just blow that pilot away? The flame is gone. You can open that knob and you can turn it as much as you want, but if there is not combustion, nothing's going to happen. Opioids do the same thing in your brain. They go to the receptors of your brain and they turn off your nerves for pain. And when that happens,
you feel good.
Exactly. That's a secondary effect. People feel a sense of euphoria. And pretty much people begin to realize, hey, you know, if I take this stuff, I can run into a wall and I don't feel it.
Right.
So, but the problem is because it works with your body so well, your body then begins to assimilate that as something natural.
That's what the body does.
Exactly. And then the body's going to begin to ask, hey, I need that. I need that because it makes me feel good.
Right.
You know? And the day when you cut it off, guess what happens? It's like that thing that was extinguishing that fire is not there anymore.
Right.
And that pilot is popping up 3, 4, 5 times. So people who are addicted, they begin to feel pain.
Right.
Literally feeling pain. So the body needs it. So that's why it's an epidemic. Right. So many people say, well, no, being an addict is a choice. Well, it might begin as a choice, but pretty soon it develops into an addiction in the brain.
Absolutely.
And a dependency from the body.
Absolutely.
Then the only thing that you have to defend yourself is your self-will. Well, your will is not going to be able to combat your brain.
Right. No,
you know?
absolutely.
It's like when you go on a diet.
Absolutely.
You know, you go listen to a seminar and say, yeah, you need to lose weight because it's bad for you, blah 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 blah, and you're very determined. Yes, I'm going to do it, and you're deciding I'm just going to eat carrots and celery.
Right.
But then you get to the office and there's donuts, right? And your brain is going, hey, look at the donut, look, it tastes so good. That's the same thing that happens in the brain.
Absolutely.
So this event is designed to take all those medicines, get them out of your house so your kids don't have the temptation to actually go and say, hey, I wonder how it's like. And let me go ahead and try it once. So 10 to 2, Saturday at the Houston Community College, Beltway and I-10.
Right.
We're going to be there. We're going to have music. We're going to have another organization passing out information. So everybody go ahead and come out. Visit us in our Facebook page. It's Coalition of Substance Abuse Prevention. Just look us up, and you can see everything that we do. Last time we collected about 520 pounds in one location. We have a second location also in the north side of the city. On Cotton Road, it's Church of Champions on Cotton Road near to 1960.
Okay.
So just go ahead and get rid of all the stuff that you have in your cabinet.
No, absolutely. Because like you said, I think definitely for a lot of youth, it starts with the accessibility of the parents.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of us parents don't think about like you said, the old or the excess that you just put to the side. You're not even thinking about because you got more new whatever, and then that's just the gateway right there for your kids. And just over these past few years, we've just seen this and then of course it's no coincidence with the growing of big pharmaceutical companies and industries. We're just seeing more and more prescribed. And I think that you touched on a key point of because at one point in time a lot of the drugs were from, just people on the street, drug dealers and things like that. Now you got doctors, serving as the new D-boys and serving up the community. Man, I'm just happy, man. If anybody wants to contact your organization, how can they do so?
They can shoot me an email at J as in John Rangel Rangel at phoenixhouse.org, phoenixhouse.org, or look us up on our Facebook page, Coalition of Substance Abuse Prevention, and you got all the information there to contact me personally, and we'll go ahead and trying to help out in any way we can. As I said, we can go to schools, we go to churches, we go to community centers. If you want to get a group of your friends and you want us to come out and teach you a little bit about what you can do to talk to people about getting out of using drugs, because that's another thing. See. Years ago, it was okay to say, that guy is a loser. It's dopey. He's just living out on the streets and everything. Yeah, but no. Right now, we're talking about 14, 15, 16 years old that they're living in the suburbs or they're living in the ghetto, and they're doing exactly the same thing. Right. And they're gonna end up in the same place. Mm-hmm. So we need to do something before they get there.
Right.
And that's what we're doing.
Hey, man, well, we appreciate you for coming out, man. Yeah, kudos to you. We definitely want to make sure we keep supporting y'all however we can. But, definitely as you all continue with your initiatives, don't hesitate to reach out. And make sure that y'all email Juan. I can tell you, this brother responds. Yeah, you email him, he gonna email you right back real quick. You know, he's a lot better than me. You know, you email me, you might get 2, 3, 5 days later. But if you email Juan, you know, definitely email him to get CoSAP out to your school, to your event. You know, it's necessary within the community. Please do. You know, and as we, you know, talking and making our transition, talking about drugs, will you believe?
Hold on.
Oh man!
What a change in the atmosphere. Okay, I'm trying
What's
to
the
tell you.
implication?
I mean, you know,
What
I
is
was
he
like
trying
being in
to
the lineup
say?
and just getting pointed out. Like, yo, it's him. Will you believe?
I'm not
No,
gonna,
no, he's pointing out an example of clean living.
Yeah,
there we go, there we
That's
go.
all
There
that
we
he's
go.
living.
Good living, good person.
Yeah.
Good living.
Good mindset. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, man, I
yes.
didn't even know you was doing that, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
yes,
that, man.
yes.
I jumped to the conclusion.
I
man.
definitely live a green life. Man, what's been good with you, bro? You've been.
And in other news.
You've been
turned up right now.
Hey man, you've been grinding hard, man. Every time I
Yeah.
turn around, man, I see new artists, new music,
New
man.
music, new artists, man. Last time I said every month I'm gonna come out with something, man. So
And you did.
Right.
I'm trying to
So,
do that.
so man, you doing something that I mean, it isn't really just known now for dropping instrumental CDs.
Yeah.
What's the logic behind that, man?
Just getting your music exposed, man. Just getting your vision out there, man, and just your artwork, man. But like now, the people that I'm following, I'm seeing people are now dropping like instrumental albums, and which is good to me. You know what I'm saying? More competition. You know, you can get more results out of that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just something different, man, that I just came up with, man. In case, you know, artists don't come to me, I'm like, all right, I drop my own stuff, you know. And I'm actually dropping my own album, like with vocals on there.
What?
Yeah, he trying to hate on me right now, but you know what I'm saying? It's going to be live, though.
We support you here, Action
Thank you.
One.
Well,
Yes.
half of your team does, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about the other half. You know?
Yeah, we'll just say 33% of the team. Nah, with it, man. But yeah, nah, man, that's cool, man. How's Austin life been treating you, bro?
Austin life is good. Austin life is really good, man. Outdoors, different environment, you know what I'm saying? You can see more of the stars. It's not smoky out there, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's good.
So, I mean, you know, and I know we got into it a little bit last time, but, man, let the people know some of the other things you got going on outside of, you know, just because, you know, it's easy to try to categorize, put an artist in a box. And
Man, I have a lot, actually, man. Doing voiceover work, man, just working on another album with Aaron, working on a project with my wife in our business, Kiss of Beauty. That's going to be a One Woman Fearless event that's coming out in August. Coming in August. And, you know, just putting in work, man. Being dedicated, man. Being a great father and spiritually just growing.
Speaking of being a great father, we heard the song earlier we played. If y'all were listening,
Yeah.
you know, was it Doing My Homework?
Doing my homework.
How did that come about?
I made the beat, and my little one, Lyric, she actually freestyles a lot. And she was just jamming, and I was like, do you want to get on? No questions asked. She was just like, yeah, let's do this. So I started recording her, then I recorded my son, and my wife came out, and she was just like, what are y'all doing? Are y'all really recording right here? Hold on, what's going on? And I'm not in it, and, you know, I ended up putting her in the beginning. She was an AP for Harmony and Ideas, so she was just like, I'm going to bring that principal voice in there and make it authentic. And that's what happened. Yeah,
That's
just made it
dope.
magically.
Man, it's funny because, you know, that's your family on the song, but I was scrolling on social media one day, you know, and I happened to come across a video of some Fortnite dancing.
You gotta
explain that one right there.
So, you know, I think I'm a dancer, you know what I'm saying? I believe
in his head.
I believe in my dancing skills, you know what I'm saying? So my son challenged me to I don't know, the floss. He challenged me for the floss.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
And so I was just like, man, I can school you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, you got to.
This
It's
is nothing. You know, you don't let your son intimidate
Right,
you.
it's necessary. You can't.
Even if
they
you
don't
wag,
always
you
challenge
gotta
your
let
fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but they always challenge you. So, you know, I was like, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And I was doing well. But I got excited at the same time. So when you see the video, you just see this big Kool-Aid going so fast doing the floss. But I'm cold with that floss though. Trust me, I'm cold with
But
that
you
floss.
know what? I'm cold with the floss when they show me how to do it. But if I have to come back and do it by myself without any guidance, it'd be like, wait, how am I supposed to start?
Yeah, that was my wife. She was the same way.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we just having a good time, enjoying ourselves,
That's
man.
dope.
Growing the family, man.
Most def, man. Most def, man.
Yeah.
You know, I embarrass my kids every time I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, I did feel good though. You know what I'm saying? The other week, you know what I'm saying? I taught my son how to do the South Side. So,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? We got to do the South Side.
You gotta do a challenge then. Who do the best Southside challenge?
Come on, man. Now look here, man. Y'all know me, man. I don't dance, man.
We're going to put it on the air for y'all.
But you know that.
Happy.
But you know
That's gonna
the
happen.
one dance that I've been perfecting for 20 years.
It's the
It's the South Side.
Yeah. If he can do anything.
I can't do none of the other dances. I can't.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Man, if you from Houston and you can't do the South Side, just go away.
Yeah,
Move
yeah.
to another city,
You're not really
okay?
from Houston, that's the part.
Yeah, when it come that time, yeah, it's over with, man.
Yeah.
Man, so you know, just speak to a little bit. You know, we just had South by Southwest pass. You know, a lot of starving artists, you know, trying to get out there. You know, just being in the game. You know, as long as we have, man. You know, we've been go back to you know what I'm saying, the microphone hanging over the ceiling. And free
it really
fruity.
wasn't the ceiling, it was the ceiling fan. So if you turn on the ceiling fan, it'll keep going.
You know what I'm saying? No, right? Don't turn on the fan. And the free Fruity Loops edition. You know what I'm saying? Make it
I
beats,
remember
man.
those, though.
Yeah.
But, you know, just seeing what you've seen so far, man, you know, what's some advice, you know what I'm saying, that you would give to, and I'm not even going to talk about artists, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about producers, people that are trying to get their products in front of people to hear.
One thing, you just can't be afraid, man. When you don't have any clients, man, you just can't sit around and be like, oh, I'm not going to do anything. Like, you got to be productive. Like, that's where the instrumental albums come from, you know what I'm saying? Make some hit instrumentals, put them out there, get the world to understand, like, man, you don't always need vocals to make a hit, you know what I'm saying? You can have a dope instrumental, and it's really about the instrumental sometimes. But, you know, networking is key. Having a website these days is like a business card, you know what I'm saying? You got to have a business card every single time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I appreciate that. Yeah, much love, you know what I'm saying? But, you know. You know, the website marketing, this dude, bro. Advertisement, man. But, you know, your people skills is important. That's what I'm really starting to learn. You really have to have good people skills, you know, in business and life, you know, in general, you know what I'm saying? So I'm learning just how to talk and communicate with people, give people a vibe, see if they for real, you know, about making music. If not, you know, I keep going on my way, you know what I'm saying? But don't never think, you know, down on yourself. You know, always be productive and positive, man. Believe in yourself. That's where belief comes from.
Yes, believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in you, how can you get anybody else to believe in you?
That's true. That's true. I go with anything.
Most def, man. When was the last time, man, somebody came in the studio with a whack verse, bro? And made you kind of...
But I don't know why you keep.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna embarrass no artist like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I gotta keep working, bro.
Okay, well, how about this? Not one that came into your studio, but what is the wackest verse you have heard lately?
Wackest verse.
Besides one of yours.
I was about to actually probably say, you know, one of mine, because I'm new to this game of rapping. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really trying to get my penmanship up. But man, I haven't really just heard no whack ones yet, man. I've been working with some good artists, man, and they keep growing, and like I don't know, I just don't really put myself into that whack environment. I can just tell right away, you know, your persona in music is everything, you know what I'm saying? So really, if you got the swagger, if you got a good marketing team, I put a dope beat around you, you probably can make it, you know? So ain't no such thing as whack rhymes no more, because I mean, there's a lot of whack music out right now. Y'all already know.
That's why I'm having a hard time believing that you haven't heard a whack verse lately.
Because it doesn't exist no more. It really doesn't. I mean, people can say what Kanye would say, boo 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 boo, and
scoopity poop,
scoopity poop, and it's like you just have to have that vibe around it.
Got your audience,
the beat, and you got to have that persona. That persona means everything in hip hop.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man, scoopity poop, man. You know what I'm saying? That's real.
Wasn't it a hit though?
Yeah,
it was something. It was something.
Like, man, come on, man.
Bro, see, that's how you be, you know what I'm saying? That's how you be in there when I be on the mic.
But I mean, you know what? If it is a whack a whack line, like being the co-writer or helping them write, you know what I'm saying, I would say, you know, hey, just let's do this over, you know, and be respectful. That ain't gonna work, you know what I'm saying? Or the tone wasn't working, or let's just write something different, you know what I'm saying?
See, for all y'all whack rappers out there, he will help you out.
I would help you.
That's why you need to come see
I would
him
help
right
you.
there.
I would
He
make
not
that
gonna
scoopity
talk
poop
about
for you, man.
Right.
We gonna do it.
Man, most definitely. Before we get into this break, man, one thing I kind of noticed in this day and age, as more people have the ability to make their own music and record it and everything else like that, seems like a lot of people are skipping a step on getting their songs and beats properly mixed and mastered. Can you speak to that a little bit, and just the importance of that?
Man, it is important. Everybody and anybody is looking for quality. You know, you got a lot of people doing quantity, is pushing out a lot of stuff, but quality matters. Me personally, I send it to my production mixing company, then they'll send it back to me, and then I'll mix again, and then I get it mastered. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the most important thing. I mean, you want the sounds to be evenly balanced. You want the frequencies to go through both sides of the speakers very well. You want to have that emotion.
How long it took us to learn that?
Well, I'm saying I'm 33, so it's like 3 years ago. Like it took a long time, bro. It took a long time. You never stop learning in music. You never stop learning in broadcasting. You know, period. You shouldn't stop learning. You know what I'm saying? You trap your mind from that, man. You don't grow. So
most definitely, man. And I
message.
Yeah, man.
You know, I'm gonna deal with that all the time. Messages all the time.
Hey, man, keep dropping it, bro. Keep dropping it, man. I know you got some heat waiting on them, man.
Yeah, I do, man. I really do.
Okay, man. Keep striving, man. And what they got to do to get some haircuts,
man? So the haircuts is kind of done with, man. I'm really trying. Yeah.
Wait, I was about to say you cut hair too. I didn't even know that part.
Yeah, man, I do a lot.
Man, but
I ain't mad at you.
I'm a hustler by trade.
What,
you know.
been like 8 different schools.
Yeah.
Plumbing school, beat school.
But he finished, so
yeah. So you know, I finished.
That.
But the haircut scene is kind of is fading away. You know what I'm saying? I'm really just focusing on the music and Kiss of Beauty, which is me and my wife's company.
Oh, man, man, that's beautiful,
dope.
Man. That's beautiful, man. That's it, man. We here to support, man. We here to support. Well, man, we finna roll into this break. Gonna play another track. We're gonna come back and we're gonna close out with Juan and William Belief. Brother Atum Rock, we are A1.com. Alien Space Bananas, baby.
Yeah.
Peace. Man, you still here? Go on and subscribe.
Get into action.
Yo, we back at it again, baby.
What?
Get into action.
3.
Get into action.
Tell me what is the deal, tell me what is the deal.
So I challenge you today to start strong.
Get into action.
Tell me what is the deal. Cause I'm calling for you.
Get into action.
Can you feel that? See, I'm calling for you. Can you feel that? See, I'm calling for you. Can you feel that? See, I'm calling for you. Say how you really.
Yo, we back at it again, baby. This week I want to talk about shoot your shot. You can't be afraid to strike out swinging, so have confidence in yourself. I'm excited for it, baby. Let's get it. Understand, if you never take that swing, you will never hit. I'm going to say that again. If you never take that swing, you will never hit. So don't be afraid of rejection. It may not be perfect, but you have to be willing to risk it all. Understand that the greatest risk that you can take is not taking one at all. So get off the sidelines and get in the game. You know, one thing I admire about MJ and Kobe, you know, in their last few seconds of the game, you already knew who was going to get the ball. They were never afraid to take their shot. You know, whether they hit or miss, they knew that they were going to take that final shot. They trust in themselves. They put themselves in uncomfortable situations, but what that allows you to do, that allows you to grow. That allows you to discover things inside of you that you never knew that you had before. You know, you gotta be willing to fail. It may not work on the first time, the second time, the 10th time. It may not even work on the 100th time. But the more that you take your shot, the closer that you'll become to succeeding. So my encouragement for this week is to shoot your shot. And everything else will fall into place. So it's your boy Jay Norm. Peace and blessings. Again, shoot your shot. Peace.
Michael Jordan running on fumes with 45 points.
At the end of the game, you got to get it out of his hands. Jordan frees himself up for a clean look. The greatest thing about Jordan is he has all the tricks. That's why it's so difficult to guard him.
If that's the last image of Michael Jordan, how magnificent is it?
I don't think you can put it into words, Bob. I mean, what he's done here in this.
Action 1, inspiring action. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. A1 live, man. We got the squad, man. Hey, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this food, you know what I'm saying, that we had for you all today. Jay Nicole, you know, we really want people to, you know, not only sponsor A1 Live, but sponsor the other shows.
We do.
You know, and
we have a lot of other shows and good content that you guys can take a look at. We have something for everybody. If you're into science and tech, you should check out SG2 on Space tomorrow, every Thursday at 8 p.m. If you're into travel, you should check out Traveling with TVM ABT every Saturday at 2 p.m. And if you want to get your life filled with some good gospel, hip hop, and news, you know, then you can always do that with Davin on the Real every Saturday at 12. Also.
Yeah.
So
okay.
you guys need to make sure you tune in and support those shows as well.
Most definitely. You know, as we get ready to close out, Juan, I want to ask you real quick. You know, how do you feel about you know, with the talks as Texas moves towards the legalization of marijuana? What are some, you know, of course, you know, you always hear about the tax benefits, right. You know, you hear about the medicinal benefits, but, you know, what are some of the other effects? Oh, yeah, man, we got them effects. It's a quiet storm, baby. Quiet storm.
Quiet storm.
What are some of the what are some of the downstream effects that you may see coming with legalization?
Well, with the legalization of marijuana, it's a similar to you being on a railroad track, and your head is looking down, and you hear the sound, you see the light, but you don't move your head up. And I'm telling everyone, it's coming.
Right. So you
there's going to be a
ignoring
point in
the train
time.
wreck?
There's going to be a point in time where marijuana is going to be legal everywhere in the country.
Yeah, it is.
Now, alcohol is legal.
Yeah.
Tobacco is legal. What makes the difference? You make the difference.
Right.
If you decide to use it, there is no one in the world who's going to stop you. You're going to do it. The question is, why are you going to do it? That's the question. And that's where we're going to try to reach out. Because most people that use drugs, they use it because they need to feel good. If you don't take anything away from what I said today, it's this. Anything that you do in your life, anything, no matter what, whether you're an artist or if you're a secretary or you're a mom or you do whatever you do it only for one of two reasons. Either to gain pleasure or to avoid pain. That's it. That's it. Why? Because we've been programmed that way. You don't reason with a 9-year-old kid.
Yeah, facts.
Because they don't understand.
Facts.
But if you tell him, look, either you do what I say or you're going to get a whipping, they know pain.
Right,
and they say, okay, I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to avoid that pain,
so
baby.
We need to educate our children and to give them enough and sufficient reasons for them to say, you know what, that's available for me, but I don't need it. I don't need that crutch to be someone in life. You know, I'm a Christian, And Paul in the Bible says, everything, and I'm paraphrasing, everything is available for me, but not everything is convenient for me. And that's it. You have to enjoy your freedom as a human being,
Right.
but you have to understand that either you stand for something or you're gonna fall for something.
Right.
And if you don't have your moral compass in place, you're gonna be taken in any kind of wind that comes along, because you don't have a center. You know, what do you need to be an artist? You need to your passion. You need to know who you are. You need to build certain skills. That's what you need for anything in life. And unfortunately, these when people focus on using drugs, they're focusing on the wrong thing. Because they're telling their kids, you don't want to be a junkie. What? You want to live on the streets? You want to? They don't have the ability to see that. You know? I mean, think about it. When you were 15, 17, did you sneak out of your home and go to the party? You knew that if you were caught, something bad is going to happen. But did that stop you?
Right.
No.
Right.
So we need to educate our kids, and we need to build up their esteem, and we need to give them enough reasons that they can bring from within themselves and say, no, I have a future because it's a future that I'm building for myself. That has nothing to do with my mom. It has nothing to do with the neighborhood where I grew up. And it has nothing to do with the big guy or the small guy or the guy next to me. No, it's me, and I'm going forward. And I had to build my life and achieve what I want. And if we do that, let me tell you, they can legalize everything they want.
It ain't gonna matter.
And you're going to be a success because you know where you want to go, you know where you're coming from, and you know where you're going. But if we don't have that, if we have kids that don't know where they're coming from, they don't know where to stand, and they don't know where they're going, and the only thing that they listen on the radio is, the man is going to put you down, and this other guy is not going to let you do anything, and this... what are they going to do? They're going to try to escape. The pressure is going to be so much that they're going to say, you know what? It's going to be the point where, I'd rather just
fly away.
Fly high. You know? Why drive if I can fly high? So, no, it's just, it's coming, so we need to prepare.
Why drive when you can fly high, man?
But to say, man, I think we might have to retitle
I'm trying to tell
this
you.
episode, man.
Why drive when you can
But no,
fly
I
high?
definitely think that, regardless of, what side people fall on with the legalization issue, I definitely think, we have to be focused on our kids.
Exactly.
Because, like I said, regardless of whether, I feel that adults should be able to do whatever, they want to do. But at the same time, there are so many different scientific studies that show the detrimental effects of, children using alcohol, marijuana, all of those different things as their brain is developing. So I definitely want to make sure that as we have that conversation about legalization and where we're going, that, we're taking the kids into consideration.
And not to mention that everything has changed. I mean, when I was in school, the weed that we have available is nothing to the one that the kid can get in the corner right now. I mean, we're talking about, it's like the potency is like 10, 20, or 50 times more. So it is getting to the point that because of the legalization of marijuana in Colorado, now we're getting studies. Now we're getting data from doctors that says, you know what? Marijuana and schizophrenia, very linked together. So it is, it's the cheese in the trap, and that marijuana is just the stick that's gonna hit that trap to catch us.
So, Juan, give them the information for the event this weekend one more time, and how they can reach out.
Okay,
to you.
National Drug Take Back event this Saturday in the Houston Community College, located in Spring Branch on I-10 and the Beltway. Just drive up. We're going to be there from 10 to 2. We're going to have music. We're going to have candy. We're going to have anything that you need to just go ahead and drop it off. And the DE agents are going to take it away. It's a free event. No questions asked. Please, no needles, no liquids. Okay. No needles, no liquids.
Y'all
Everything
can
else,
pour those liquids down the toilet.
Yeah.
He like, I guess so.
I guess so.
We can't take them. Since we can't take them. You might as well.
Damn Hennessy monster coming out your toilet.
Actually, the best way to get rid of the liquids, if you have medicine or anything like that, get a piece of charcoal and put it in a plastic bag. Put the liquids in there, okay, and then throw it away in the trash. Because the carbon will mess up with the chemicals inside that medicine, and it will just render it useless. So that's a way to
there you go.
But if you have something new on A1 Live every Wednesday.
Any pills, you can bring it on. Nobody's gonna read your information. Nobody's gonna ask you anything. Just go ahead and dump it off. Do not, and this is very important, do not say to your neighbors, you want to give me your medicine so I can go ahead and dump it off? No, that is illegal. Do not offer.
So you can only bring your own.
You can only bring your own. Now, bring your neighbor, that's
Most
okay, but don't bring their medicine.
Right, most that. William Belief, man. Let the people know, man, how they can holler at you, how they can get some of them 5Bs. And also, make sure you shout out the company, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out your company first, man. Thank you, Action One, for bringing me again. But yeah, to get some fire beats, man, go to www.williambelief.com. Also, another business that I'm definitely promoting, Kiss of Beauty Fitness.
Shout out, Lise.
Yeah, shout out my wife. But it's Kiss of Beauty Fitness Beauty. I'm sorry, man. Kiss of Beauty. What? Kiss of Beauty Fitness.
You better get it right. Wait. We're going to start again. We're going to start that one more time.
I had to start that over, man.
Go ahead, man. So yeah, man, tell us about the company, man. Make sure that you shout it out, man. Shout it out. Shout out the company, bro.
Oh man. William Belief, man. Music, man.
Kiss of Beauty, man. Shout it out, man.
Kiss of Beauty Fitness. Kiss of Beauty Fitness, man. Kiss of Beauty Fitness.
Hey,
Can't
man.
promote it no more, man.
Just
Kiss
saying,
Beauty
man. I want to be
Fitness,
good next time I come.
You gonna be
bro.
good, man.
Right,
I said you good.
All right, man. For sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? Good every time, baby, man. Appreciate you coming out, man. J. Nicole. Another week up, another week down, man. You know what I'm saying? We doing it. Hey, man, remember, action, agility, life, and community. The new age of media. Action One is here. Holla at us, J. Nicole. How we leave them every week.
Get in the action, baby.
Yay. You tuned in to the all-new Action One Network. Turn up the volume.
Sight of wickedness in our country. Bad my people want be untied down. It's our wickedness in our country. All the vipers cannot leave we alone. It's our wickedness in our country. Bad my people want be untied down. It's our wickedness in our country. All the vipers cannot leave we alone. It's our circle and a seas. Give we equal rights, no peace. Go to Babylon, budget at the mark of the beast. Put the people on their knees, grab the machine in them squeeze. Lord Jah, you know say we see too much of this. Because you them those a cry when they exclaim mama why did they father have to die? Tell the truth, they should you lie. Could they really understand how the devils them a move? It's our wickedness in our country. Bad my people want be untied down. It's our wickedness in our country. All the vipers cannot leave we alone. It's our wickedness in our country. Bad my people want be untied down. It's our wickedness in our country. All the vipers cannot leave we alone. I would never understand the hypocrisy of man. Three religions in my south. From the root of Abraham and them squabble, them a scuffle, them a fight. Yeah, them a squabble, them a scuffle, them a fight. Every man think he right, so the next man have it wrong. No communication, living in Babylon. We just crabs in the bucket singing the same song. While the waters steady boiling and strong. Man, the waters steady boiling and strong. It's our wickedness in our country. Bad my people want be untied down. It's our wickedness in our country. All the vipers cannot leave we alone. It's our wickedness in our country. Bad my people want be untied down. It's our wickedness in our country. All the vipers cannot leave we alone. One question, Dave, people, can you answer this? Tell me please, who are the real terrorists? Who are bombing up the block? Who are shooting up the church? And you not safe at school and we not safe at we work. Living in a war zone. Beg you check this out. Sending me that wearing terrorists, but oh my God. Living in a war zone. I beg you check this out. Sending me that wearing terrorists, but oh my God.
Peace, it's Brother Atum Ra, and you tuned in to Action One Network.
For all media companies, for podcasts and indie stations, for artists, for young professionals, for science and technology, for all media companies.
Join today. Get in the action at We Are.